Hey, what up, guys? This is Martin here from Kodiak. Your favorite Chad is here from Poland, showing up every single day. And today, we're going to talk about dating apps and why dating apps have ruined a generation of people, especially young men. Because I'm fed of it. I'm sick and tired of reading stuff on the internet about male depression and how men are actually struggling so much in life with women, dating, relationships, getting laid, being socially awkward, man. And I could go on and on and on. Men are literally struggling today. We have a pandemic of struggling men, especially in the sphere of relationships. And the first thing I'm just going to tell you guys is that it's not entirely your fault. It's the company, it's the dating app's fault. Because they have conditioned you to believe so many wrong things about life and the world, really. And you're absorbed by the algorithm. You're addicted to it, because it's feeding your dopamine levels every single time. It's like you get a little like, yes, I get a little match, yes. You're like a little dog. You're like a Pavlov's dog. You're obsessed with the drug. You want to be on these apps all the time, and it's a real thing. And yet, most of you guys are struggling there. And the reason why you guys are struggling on dating apps is because dating apps, for the most part, are very appearance-based. They're very appearance-focused, like on looks, height, your jawline, the face. Bro, if you're not at least in the top 10, top 20% of men on dating apps, you're going to struggle so much. And also, another thing that has to be said about dating apps is that the competition on dating apps is through the roof. You're just competing with men. Like 80% of people that are on dating apps are men, and 20% are women, I think, if I'm not wrong. So the odds are not in your favor, man. That's why you're struggling. And women have all the options there, because they have a whole bunch of hungry-ass simps, a whole bunch of beta male barnacles. They're always just looking, they're looking to hit it. They're looking to hit it, man. They're lonely, they're single, and that's who you're competing with. But unless you're like a top man, especially in looks and in your appearance, your physicality, I wouldn't really bother being there. It's a waste of time, man. And these algorithms, these apps, man, they don't care about you. They really don't. Like dating apps were intentionally, like I think the main intention behind it, like in the beginning when they were just started. The intention behind it was, to make sure that people get together, that they find a real compatible partner, but they turned out to be the complete opposite. Not only have they ruined the chances for men, they have fucking destroyed their confidence. The average man's confidence today is so low, their confidence level has plummeted, and women's confidence, on the other hand, is so high, especially for the average chicks. I would actually say, guys, from my experience, average chicks have the most confidence because they're approached the most. Guys shoot their shot the most with average-looking chicks, with like normie type of chicks. But the beautiful chicks, on the other hand, I found, and actually this one guy on one of my videos made this brilliant comment. He said that beautiful women are a lot more shy. They have less social skills because, one, they're not approached as much in real life. Very few men actually shoot their shot with them. Yes, they do get a lot of attention, but just because someone gets a lot of attention doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to find a real quality partner. And I've said this in one of my old videos about being handsome. Just because you get a lot of attention and you're always surrounded by people, doesn't mean that you can't feel lonely. Do you understand where I'm coming from with this? So, the bottom line is, guys, dating apps were mainly intended to make sure that people get together and have a happy relationships and so on, but that's not how it is. That's not how it is. And it's such a struggle for a lot of guys, especially young men who aren't really anything yet. You don't have your life is not in order. You're struggling. You're struggling, and it's normal. And it has made the average woman's life a lot easier in dating. And I even saw this one thing, man. There was this guy who made this little experiment on dating apps. He created 2 profiles. He had one profile where he had like a chatty-looking guy. He had a really handsome guy, and obviously he was getting, he put him on the dating profile. He had, he said he was 6 foot tall. He was good looking. He had a good job and everything. And yes, he was getting a lot of matches, and so on. He was getting a lot of likes, a lot of hearts, but at the same time, that guy created the same type of profile for a woman, but she was ugly. It was not really, well, I wouldn't say she was ugly, but she was like at least a 5 minimum. Like she was a 5. She was like very, very mid. And he put a description in. He wrote something, and he put it online. And you know what happened? That girl right there received like 5 times as many matches as that handsome guy. This is just to like put things into perspective, man. The game is so skewed on dating apps that I wouldn't even bother trying there, unless you have some really high quality photos. I guess for me, for instance, it's been a long time since I've been on a dating app. It's been a long time. I'm usually on Instagram. I mean, even though on Instagram I'm not that active, I have a private profile, my personal one. But I've messaged girls on Instagram, Facebook as well. I think Facebook is actually very, very underrated. It's not utilized enough by guys. And most like older people, well, I wouldn't say older people, but people who are not that young anymore, like myself, like people who are in our 20s. Because we kind of like, I'm 25 for instance. I'm sort of in that age group where I was young when we didn't have social media, but I was old enough to like experiment the very beginning of social media. Like I got my first Instagram or Facebook account when I was 16 or 17. But nowadays we have these kids that are getting these, accounts. They're setting up their own profiles when they're 6, 7. Bro, it's crazy. And so, what I want to tell you guys, the point is, the game, what you really want to do in life is you want to make sure that the odds are in your favor and not against you. Because you're fighting an upstream battle, man, on dating apps. It's an uphill battle. Why bother, man? Why? Unless you're already a top man, yes, do it, try it. But if you're just starting out and you're not like at least in the top 10, top 50% of men in looks, man, you shouldn't even try. Because it's so, like these dating apps and social media as well, I would say Instagram is very guilty of this as well. I think Instagram has also ruined a lot of relationships, a lot of fucking marriages, a lot of relationships, a lot of really happy, committed partners, but, women especially, they got hit up by some other dude, and bro, that's over. It's game over for the man. So that's why I wouldn't even bother being on dating apps. And also the algorithms they're so addictive. You're being sucked into that lifestyle, and you're wasting so much time there. It's a big time waste, man. That's why dopamine detox is such a big thing, because you have to reset your brain. You have to reset the things that are operating inside your brain. It's very important. It's a critical thing. But most guys are like little simps on dating apps. And that's why I don't believe it's the men's fault. Because I see I see a lot of women say this on the internet. Especially like Western women, they say, oh, it's the men's fault. Men are weak. Men aren't needed in society. Bro, bullshit. Bullshit. It's because of these dating apps and these social media algorithms. Instagram especially. TikTok is more for the younger generation. I wouldn't really consider it a dating app. But Instagram is definitely like a dating app in so many ways. Instagram, these dating apps as well. And they have ruined so many relationships, man. And potential partners as well for you. And for a lot of guys. It's sickening, man. It's ludicrous. So no, it's not your fault, man. If you're really struggling with this, like go out in nature, like what I'm doing right here. Or if you want to pick up on chicks, do it in real life. Really. Today I would say, you have literally almost no competition when it comes to picking up women on the street, at your gym, excuse me. at the store. Really, there's very few competition. There's so little competition today because most men are not even trying. They're not even attempting to do something. They would much rather, beat their meat, watch some Pornhub, and that's it. Or be on some dating apps and be lazy. Have a lazy ass profile, and they're wondering why no girl's hitting them up. That's why. So you guys should fix it. And actually, this one guy asked me one question the other day on my YouTube channel. What are the best places to meet women? Bro, the gym is a great place. You want to be in places where you guys have common interests or where you can actually vibe. Because if you're just like approaching women randomly, you don't really know what they like. You don't know if you guys can really be compatible with each other. So gyms, in my opinion, are fantastic because 1, the girl is taking care of herself. 2, she understands the value of hard work. And 3, there's a strong chance that she's going to have amazing offspring for you. And guys, did you ever notice this? Because I actually used to work at a grocery store when I was a lot younger. You can always guess how the kid is going to look, especially the daughter, the woman, the girl, if you can just observe and pay attention to how the mom looks. The mom's appearance and her body will heavily dictate how the girl is going to look like. And I always used to be flabbergasted by this because I remember I used to work as a cashier. I used to have clients, coming in, customers, and whenever they put things on the conveyor belt, I could always look at their face, Or excuse me, let me put that off. I could see what type of things they would put on the conveyor belt. I would look at the things, and always just before I looked at the person, I could instantly determine how they would look like. If they had a lot of trash, a lot of processed foods, a lot of soda, a lot of sugar, a lot of candies on the belt, I knew they would be fat, obese, or unhealthy. And guess what? I was basically spot on every single time. And on the other hand, when I could look at the belt and the things were coming my way, I could look at what type of food was on the belt. If it was healthy, it was a lot of organic milk, a lot of chicken, broccoli, veggies, a lot of fish, rice, etc. That person was always healthy. Every single time. It was usually some type of fit mom, some fit dad, some fit guys. Bro, every single time. I never missed. That's how easy you can determine how somebody's going to look like based on the foods that they're going to eat. But it's a completely different topic. But so if the mom is healthy, bro, there's a really high chance that the girl is going to be healthy as well, and she's going to look really good. Because kids model their parents. So if they have fit parents, if they have parents that really take care of their appearance and their body and their nutrition, their diet, the kids are going to do the same thing. And the opposite is true. If we have fat parents, if we have parents that don't really give a damn, well, the kid is going to look exactly like that. So that's why. So I would definitely approach chicks in real life because you have no competition. And girls are rarely approached today in real life. Guys rarely shoot their shot unless they're going to clubs, parties, bars. But these aren't really the best places to pick up on women, in my opinion. Because usually they're drunk, they're usually with a lot of friends, and they're not really going these places to meet guys. They're usually there just to have some fun. But at gyms, public places, theaters, maybe cinemas if that's your thing, restaurants, cafeterias. I mean, these are great places actually, very good places. Or the library. Some people say, I've never been there, but the church. Some people say that church girls are really good, bro. I really don't know. I really don't know if they're gonna repel those sins. I don't know. Okay, but that's a different thing. But you guys, just get off the dating apps and start living your life and start improving yourself. I know, yes, when you're young, obviously you want to smash, you want to get girls. I get that. But get off the dating apps and live your life. improve your life, get fit, become a lot more attractive, improve your social skills by talking to people in real life, not on social media, because talking to people on social media, on your phone, on Instagram, Snapchat, whatever, is never going to replace real life. So, that's about it. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I wish you a beautiful, strong day. Stay strong.